Hi guys, welcome back on the channel. Today's video is my top 5 for 2024. These are not necessarily items that were released on 2024, although some of them are, but they are things I discovered in 2024 and I was very impressed. It changed my standing sometimes in wargaming and rules and information and miniatures, and I would put them in my, let's say, top 5 discoveries for this year. So without any delay, let us start. So number 5, skirmish games. I never played skirmish games. I was really making fun of them. I was 100% sure that I would never play skirmish games in my wargaming life. And these two rule sets intrigued me when they were released. The Baron's War, based on the first Baron's War, and supported by Fruits of Miniatures, and Blood and Crowns from Firelock Games for the 100 Years' War. Two excellent rule sets. These are the PDF versions that I printed. It's not the actual rule books. That I was extremely impressed from the support, from the rules, from the option you have to play even bigger battles with these rules. They're not just very, very small skirmish games. You can have both. The quality of the rules, I was very impressed, and the perfect depiction of the era. And also I was very impressed with the D10 die. I never played a game with the D10 dice, and both of using D10, and I really enjoyed the unpredictability that these dice provide. So skirmish games, impressed, specifically from those two. Obviously, forgive me if there are others, but these are the ones that intrigued me because of the periods that I like. I was not expecting the support, campaign supplements, other supplements for other eras. So a very full package, and obviously support from online support. So skirmish games with D10 dice, both of them, something that I discovered this year, and I'm happy I did. At number 4, another pair of rule sets, big battle rule sets. That was very impressed. Two very different rule sets. Test of Resolve and MIDGARD Heroic Battles. Test of Resolve, an excellent rule set. This is for the 100 Years' Wars period. They have also for Baron's War, Wars of the Roses. It is basically one of the best rule set for the 100 Years' War. The cards provide great sense of unpredictability. It's basically a simulation. It's really depicting perfectly the 100 Years' War. D10 dice, something also that I discovered this year. Again, they provide the unpredictability of the many dice, this vast, this big, and numbers from 1 to 10 to 12, excuse me. They provide some unpredictability in the game. Cards provide unpredictability. A great rule set, highly recommended for the 100 Years' War period. Now, MIDGARD Heroic Battles, you know about it more recently. An excellent rule set. At the beginning I had my reservations because it includes also fantasy. One of the best rule sets I've ever played. It probably will be my to-go rule set in the future. It has everything I like in rules, and obviously more support will come now. 100 Years' War and Wars of the Roses army lists have been released. A rule set that has supports, has pushbacks, everything that I like, as you know. And as a rule set there's some generic rules that are very well designed with a great philosophy that can be depicted can be applied in all medieval eras, and then you will have these special traits and special rules that will make the game more period specific. So these two rule set plus the D12 dice, it's another discovery that I thoroughly enjoyed in 2024, and it's my number 4. So number 3, guys, will be this stuff. Believe me, guys, I love them. I purchased quite a lot from Wargames Vault, £1. I have bridges, I have buildings, so easy to make, so really beautiful from a wargamer's perspective. Very easy for me, especially living abroad on my own. I have a small space. I don't have time to create a small workshop, start cutting and doing. Really, really, really convenient. They look beautiful on the battlefield, and they look and these are really simple tents. There are even more. These are the first I found. I have quite a few more with 10, 15 pounds. I purchased around 30 different types of hedges and boxes and buildings that you can put in a corner so you can fill up your playing area. These paper cuts that I've printed in a normal paper, and they look good. I haven't really printed them in a harder paper that is required from the manufacturers. I'm very, very impressed. I really like them. Maybe this is surprising for you. And they fill up my game area, and they look good as well. So number 3 is definitely my paper cut buildings. So number 2. What is number 2? For me, number 2 is 3D printing miniatures. First time I purchased some of them and painted. These are from Reconquer Designs and from North Crusades, if I'm not mistaken. I was extremely impressed from the quality, from the variety, from you could print whatever you wanted. They are lightweight, easy to move around, and I really, as I tell you, I was extremely impressed by the quality. It was the first time I had, except the normal manufacturers like Futso, Perry, Claymore, 3D printing. And I think really when people were saying that this is the future, it could be the future for you in the future to print your own miniatures. But I was very impressed by the quality and the variety of these miniatures, something that I discovered in approximately 2024. So I consider them my number 2 discovery, and I'm very happy I did. So 3D printing miniatures will be number 2 for me. And number 1 will be Creating Miniature Knights by Mario Venturi and Peter Greenhill. That is one of the best books I read in my whole life regarding history behind miniatures. And there is a whole section where here you see he's talking to you about the plastic miniatures of the period, and I've never really I never had any of them, and how miniatures develop from this stage to go to the final stages is quite interesting. But then it goes to, you see, it's half of the book almost. It's talking to you about the miniatures, and it's very interesting. I read it recently. It's in English and in Italian, so it has two. But then you start going to the 100 Years' War in detail, and you're talking about heraldry, and he's talking to you about the 3 major battles of the era, Crécy, Poitiers, and Agincourt. They've done some amazing dioramas here, and they have photographs based on from their dioramas, and they have stories, and they're talking about characters, and they're talking about events that happened from major characters of the period, you see, of these battles. The dioramas are just out of this world. I mean, they're extraordinary, if you see. And he has all this information you want about these 3 battles. Then you have the deployment and how the battle developed, and you go and you have really some amazing sketches. Here it is, the Agincourt, and the history behind the kings Valois and Edward, and how they mingled, and each other Edward could challenge the throne, and background stories and development of armor. I mean, it is an extraordinary book, and in the end you have a lot of information regarding, who fought and who died, and who was captured in the battles of Crécy, Agincourt, and Poitiers. The dioramas are amazing. They're so beautiful. Look at this. Here it is. So they have one of these for every big battle, and then they focus in the photographs. Let me zoom in. And then they focus in the photographs, and they make smaller photos, and they talk to you about the different commanders that they played an important role in the battle. So this is for me my number 1, and it's really amazing. Let's say source of information that I get for my battles and my campaigns. So this for me, guys, top 5 of 2024 for me. I really enjoyed all of what I showed you during the video. The skirmish games, the dice that I've never played before, D10 and D12, the 3D printing, these paper cut buildings, creating miniature armies, the big battle rules, all of them extremely enjoyable, extremely fun, and thoroughly recommended. Anyway guys, this is from me. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great new year. Happy New Year to everyone, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.